Born in shirts. These zodiac signs are under the protection of the Lord. Why do some go through troubles as if through rain without a single drop? Why do curses, envy, and even fateful blows that break others not affect them? The answer is, they were born in a shirt. They are protected not by chance, not by luck, but by a higher power. The Lord has placed an invisible shield over them, and this shield does not crack, does not give in. Today you will find out which zodiac signs live under God's protection. These are not beautiful words. This is a revelation that is confirmed by actions, life, and the strength that has been with them since birth. They cannot be broken. They cannot be trampled. They always rise. If you feel that you were not just saved by fate, but as if someone led you by the hand in the darkest moment, stay with us. Your sign may be on this list. Subscribe to the channel so as not to miss prophecies that change your view of yourself. And be sure to write in the comments. Have you ever been told that you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth? It's time to find out the truth. The first sign is Aquarius. Aquarius seems to have come into this world with an invisible amulet sewn directly into his destiny. His life path is proof that there are people to whom fortune is not just kind, but protects them on special terms. Every time circumstances collapse around him, Aquarius somehow miraculously stays afloat. He is not pulled out by connections. Wealth does not save him. Influential friends do not cover him. Something greater protects him. And this protection is felt almost physically. He can walk on the edge, balance on the edge, take risks, but he gets away with everything. Difficult situations suddenly turn in his favor. Decisions come on time, and mistakes for some reason do not lead to collapse, but open a new path. Aquarius is not spoiled by fate. He just knows how to live from its special angle. He does not seek security, but it follows him on his heels. He does not demand blessings, but they seem to appear themselves, covering his steps with invisible armor. Aquarius's protection is manifested in unexpected people who appear at the very moment when help is needed most. At the right time, someone appears who will say an important phrase, extend a hand, open a door. And these are not coincidences. This is a system. It is as if higher powers are watching to ensure that Aquarius does not end up beyond the line that cannot be crossed. Even in the darkest life scenarios, they are not broken. They are only tempered. He does not just survive, he rises stronger. These representatives of the zodiac have a rare quality. They attract the right events, even when they do not realize it. It seems to them that everything is on its own. But in fact, a mechanism of subtle support is working behind their backs, as if someone from above updates the security protocol every day. This protection cannot be bought, earned, or called by prayer. It is either there or it is not. For Aquarius, it is built into fate from the very first breath. The power of their angelic patronage is not in protection from pain, but in the ability to go through it and come out without losses. Even if they make mistakes, the result is not tragic. If they lose, they gain more later. If they fall, they always fall to a place where they can bounce back. This internal safety cushion system makes Aquarius invulnerable where others give up, and this is what makes them unique. The second sign is Aries. It is impossible not to notice him. A man with a strong back, a clear look, and an inner knowledge that his path will always be paved, even if there is devastation around. Aries has a special feature. He does not adapt to reality, he changes it for himself. And it is for this feature that he received the most important thing, protection from above. Not accidental, not ephemeral, but direct, tangible, manifested in the most difficult moments. Aries can be in the epicenter of a crisis and still come out first. This is not about luck. This is about a guarantee. Where others lose, Aries gains. Where others have chaos, he has order. Where it is closed, it will open for him. The reason is not only in the strength of character. His inner honesty makes him impenetrable to destructive forces. Even when he is wrong, he does it sincerely, without double meanings, without hidden motives. His choices are straightforward. His goals are transparent. His actions command respect, even from those who fear him. And it is this honesty that puts an invisible wall between him and trouble. Aries intuitively feels when to stop and when to push, when to say no even if everyone says yes. He can irritate others with his confidence, but it is this that makes him unshakable. People notice that many things change around Aries. Circumstances accelerate, obstacles disappear, opportunities grow out of nothing, all because he does not go through life alone. His energy is strengthened. His actions are under observation, but not for punishment, but for support. Particular attention should be paid to how Aries gets out of problems, not with losses, but with profit, not with wounds, but with new strength. He can even turn his mistakes into a tool. Losing for him is not the finish line, but a change in strategy. Therefore, he never drowns in defeat. At every critical moment, he is given someone or something, a person, a call, information, an accident. He does not pray, he acts. But even in his actions, he is accompanied by the feeling. Someone is watching, someone is leading, someone is clearing the way. People who are closest to Aries begin to notice this field of protection. It is easy to start business with him. You want to take risks with him. He charges you with courage. Many do not understand why he avoids troubles, although he walks on a sharp edge. Why he wins, although he does nothing special. Why his intuition is accurate even when logic fails. The answer is simple. It is not luck, but coverage. He is under surveillance. They will not let him go into a hole. They will not let him go to a dead end. He will be pulled out if he breaks down. Even his aggression, even his impulsiveness, even his risk often turn out to be part of a larger plan. He can enter into a conflict and through this pull the whole situation into a plus. He can lose everything in order to get 3 times more within a month. He can leave abruptly, and this is what will save him from disaster. He acts inexplicably, but his results are always one step higher than others. His energy is not only a destroyer, it is a restorer. It is an engine. It is proof that sometimes you don't need to pray out loud to be heard. It is enough to go honestly, directly, without hiding behind masks. Aries was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but not because he was a favorite, but because he became a bearer of will, and this will not allow him to get lost. Even if the whole world collapses, Aries will find a way out, because the way out is already ready for him. The third sign is Cancer. He is not the loudest, not the most noticeable, not the one who takes the first steps. But Cancer is a person in whose presence everything stabilizes. You don't need to understand him to feel safe next to him. And it is for this quality, the ability to be a support for others, that he received his protection. This protection does not work like others. It does not manifest itself in miracles. It manifests itself in details. In the fact that Cancer always ends up in the right place, where help, a solution, a chance await him. He does not search. He just comes, and everything happens. Cancer's most important weapon is his emotional honesty. He can be vulnerable, wounded, sometimes closed. But if he loves someone, he is ready to give everything. If he chooses a path, he goes to the end. This constancy, this sewn-in loyalty attracts a special force into his life. When everything collapses, Cancer gets a foothold. When others give up, he finds a reason to continue. Even if he is not confident in himself, his path is illuminated. Even if he hesitates, his way will not be blocked. Cancer intuitively senses danger. He does not need to be warned. He bypasses it himself. Sometimes it looks like cowardice, but in fact, It is strategic intuition. He does not climb where the soul does not survive. He does not play destructive games. He does not take risks without meaning. And therefore, he is almost always a survivor. After the storm, he remains. After losses, he finds. After the collapse, he restores. His strength is in affection. He can be an anchor for the family, a core for the team, a quiet source of strength in any group. He knows how to listen, knows how not to press, knows how to wait, and this is the key to protection. The more he gives, the more he receives in return. The universe always returns to him at the right moment. This is not instant gratitude. This is a deep cycle of support that never breaks. Cancer cannot be broken forever. He can be hurt, he can be abandoned, he can be betrayed, but he will still regain his strength. And not because he is vindictive, but because his roots are deep. He draws resources not from the outside world, but from the inside, and therefore, his protection is not external, but built into the very essence. It is activated at the moment of pain, at the moment of fear, at the moment of choice. That is when he is given a sign, a word, a meeting, a thought that changes everything. People do not always see under what cover Cancer lives. He may seem ordinary, but if you look closely, there is always order around him. In his house, in his actions, in his relationships. This is not accidental. This is a system that protects him at all levels. He is not loud but stable, not a hero but a winner, not a flag but a strong foundation. He cannot be knocked off track. Even if he loses everything, he is raised again. Because he is needed, he carries out a task that is important for the world, and he is protected while he carries it out. The fourth sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a sign that seems to be endowed with personal protection from fate itself. He can be daring, spontaneous, take risks without a plan. But he is still lucky. Not because he is lucky, but because there is an invisible dome above him. He can rush off on a journey without a clear goal, abandon the familiar, change countries, relationships, directions, and each time he finds himself at the right point, with the right people and at the right time. This is not a talent for intuition. This is a built-in setting of the universe, which does not allow him to stray from the course, even if he himself does not know where he is going. When others lose everything, Sagittarius gets a chance. When someone is drowning in mistakes, he suddenly gets a way out. It is as if an invisible hand is leading him. This is especially noticeable in extreme situations. On the verge of failure, at a time of strong pressure, when everything is against him. It is then that resources, hints, and most importantly, an inner feeling that everything will work out appear in the life of Sagittarius. And it works. Because his soul is protected in advance. There is no logic behind him, but there is meaning behind him. Even in chaos, he finds a way. Even in a breakup, there is a new start. His strength is that he is not afraid to act. And when there is no fear, the protection is activated at the maximum level. The Lord does not simply patronize him. He seems to send him life's trials in order to reveal his inherent potential in them. And each of these trials only makes him more confident. He does not ask for support, because he knows internally it will be. He does not look for support, because support appears on its own. Sometimes in the form of a person, sometimes an opportunity, sometimes a clear sign that turns everything upside down. He has a gift to notice these signs, because he is not closed. And therefore, the protection does not work passively, but like a jet engine. It does not just keep him safe, it leads him forward. Sagittarius is born with spiritual immunity, and this immunity allows him not just not to break down, but to win where others do not survive. He is not afraid of heights, he is not afraid of falls, because he knows for sure that he is not alone. This feeling of an internal connection with something greater does not require proof. He lives in it, and therefore he lives boldly. The fifth sign is Virgo. Virgo does not look like a person who is beset by miracles. Her strength is in modesty, in observation, in quiet control over herself. But it is precisely behind this external composure that one of the most powerful signs of protection in the zodiac is hidden. Virgo has built an invisible system of non-interference of fate in her vulnerable points. Everything that can break her is avoided. Everything that can destroy is warned in advance. And even if it seems to her that everything is falling apart, in fact, everything is just beginning to be built. Her peculiarity is that she senses danger in advance, and not at the level of fear, but as an exact knowledge. You should not go there. She does not take abrupt steps, does not rush into chaos, and that is why it is almost impossible to catch her off guard. Destiny gives her signs earlier than others, and she knows how to read them. Her protection is not a magic shield, but a deep ability to make the right decisions even before it becomes clear where everything is heading. When something threatens her stability, the right circumstances appear. The work that is leaving is soon replaced by a more precise one. A person who disappears frees up space for something important. An accidental delay protects from a major mistake. And all this without noise, without pathos, without effect. Just a smooth, clear alignment of the trajectory. This is the manifestation of patronage, when they do not interfere with falling, but do not allow you to fall completely. Virgo has a unique quality, an internal system of orientation towards the right. She never goes against her conscience, does not agree to the dubious, does not take risks without meaning. Therefore, the higher powers do everything to preserve her path. This is a sign that rarely receives a gift without effort, but it is her efforts that always bring results, because they are consistent with something greater. She does not shout about her faith, but lives in harmony with it, and therefore, under protection. Divine energy next to Virgo is not a miracle, but an order. It is not an intervention, but a direction. Her path is not abrupt, but verified. And every step is under protection, even if she does not notice it. And when trouble comes, she already knows what to do with it, because she has already been told everything, quietly, on time, reliably.